Hello and welcome back to Salty Sunshine. This is your host, Lisa. I'm going to do a little hot topics and I'm going to combine it with this month's reality recap. I'm going to be flying solo because my partner, Miss Natalie, is on. She's feeling a little under the weather. She has to do some bed rest. She's almost going to give birth to her second beautiful baby, and she's just taking a break, so I'm flying solo, which is fine. There's a lot to cover, so I don't want to wait any longer. And yeah, I haven't talked to you guys since Halloween. There were some really inappropriate things I saw, or two specifically. Julia Fox dressed like Jackie Kennedy in a random, not random, but in the outfit she wore the day they were assassinated with blood everywhere, and it was so not good. I mean, that was so inappropriate, and I wasn't a fan. And she posted this huge explanation of how it was empowering that whatever. She refused to change out of her clothing. It was so dumb. You were wrong. You should just say that was a bad idea. But it was gross. And then I saw another costume of Diddy, someone dressed as Diddy with a bathtub attached to them and a lot of baby oil. Again, not cute, not funny. Do people think before they act? Do they look in the mirror and say, maybe this isn't a great idea? You don't you don't have fun off of a tragedy. You're not supposed to, you know what I mean? There's so many other costumes. Why do you have to be something that's very negative? Then Heidi Klum's party, she was Medusa. I don't get how she gets in that costume for 50 hours and then throughout a party, how do you even breathe? And then how do you take it off? Like, I don't get it. She must not have any fun at that party. She dresses insane. And then it was so funny. If you guys listen to the Toast podcast with Jackie and Claudia, Jackie's on maternity leave, and Claudia and her husband Ben and her sister Margot, they dress as the Summer I Turned Pretty. And Ben, her husband, was Belly, the girl. It was so funny. He was wearing a cutoff shirt and a wig, and then Margot and Claudia were the guys, and it was so funny. The only thing is, it wasn't a great podcast. It was really funny, but it wasn't great because they were so uncomfortable and so into the costume that they didn't really get into the hot topics, I feel. But whatever, it was really good. Their Halloweens are really funny. Um, I just spent half my Sunday watching the show All Her Fault. It's on Peacock. When I tell you, wow, 5 out of 5. If you're looking to binge watch something and you have time to waste and you're just looking for a really good drama, something you're just not going to be able to take your eyes off of, that's like super interesting. It's super well made, great actors. You're just immense in the experience. Watch All Her Fault. It's with the girl from Succession. It's with the girl Dakota Fanning. It is amazing. I haven't seen a show that good in a while because there's so many crap shows on TV lately, and it was really good. And then also Special Forces. Now, I had to catch up because I've missed a few weeks. This is the first season I ever watched, season 4. I'm surprised to see that Gia Giudice is still there. Kudos to Gia. I feel like the show really helped her. She's remaining for a while. Also, Jesse James Decker and her husband Eric, they just left because he is a retired football player, and his body aches too much and he's kind of getting injured and he can't really stay because of that. So Jesse decided to leave with her man. Um, who else is there that I was like shocked? Oh, Brianna Chicken Fry. She's made it all the way till now. The show's not over. There's a few more episodes. I don't know how many, but she's still there. And it's really hard with the things that they do. It's a lot of work, and they're allowed to leave whenever they want. They could just get up and leave if they want. So I'm proud of the girls. I'm proud they've stayed this long. I would have never said that Brianna and Gia would stay this long, but kudos to them. And if you haven't seen it, it's a really good show. Um, Dancing with the Stars. I am sad to report that Andy is still there, and Danielle, Miss Topanga, was sent home. Now, would it be terrible if she was sent home in general? No, but being sent home before Andy, that's a problem. We're coming into bad territory here. I already said it last week. the fact that Andy hasn't left is a bad sign, and like he's on the track to win. Can you imagine? I will never watch the show again. Um, Guest judge was Flavor Flav. I met Flavor Flav a long time ago in Miami. He came and performed for someone I know's birthday in this little club, and it was really fun. But he doesn't belong as a guest judge on a dancing show. What does he know about dance? Who is he to give a score? And then everyone was upset because Alex Earl almost got a perfect score. Everyone gave her tens except for Flavor Flav. And later after the show, he told everyone that he meant to give her a 10 and gave her a 9 and couldn't retract it. The show wouldn't let him. But when he said 9 and the judges said 9, or the host said 9, he could have said, "Oh no, I didn't mean that, 10." He could have corrected it right then and there, but because he didn't, they didn't let him correct it after. So whatever. The show, I don't know what's going to happen. My top three are Alex, Whitney, Robert Irwin. I have a feeling Alex is going to win only because she has such a huge fan base. Yeah, if Andy's still there next week, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. If he doesn't get eliminated, that's just insane. Can you imagine if they send home one of the top three and not him? I mean, anyways, Tom Brady reveals his dog Junie was cloned from beloved pet Lua, who died in 2023. Tom Brady has cloned his dog. He is an investor in Colossal Biosciences, and he cloned the pit bull mix using a blood sample collected prior to her death. Now, this is interesting because I feel like she's not an actual clone. Tom Brady's dog Junie is a clone of his dog Lua, who died in 2023. He told everyone on November 4th. Yeah, I don't know if it's a real clone or just there's a difference between a clone that acts like you and is essentially you, and then just like the DNA. Does it really make it a clone? Like more like a sister? So after he retired, the quarterback shared with his wife Giselle and their children this dog that died in 2023. He welcomed another similar looking dog, Junie. Nearly 2 years later, Brady has revealed that Junie is a clone of the late Pitbull mix. Brady shared the news on November 4th, coinciding with an announcement, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. They don't show it before, like, they don't show the dog that died and then the dog that is. I wonder if they look exactly the same. Biogen, the company, is known for cloning Barbra Streisand's dog too, who died in 2017, and Paris Hilton's dog Diamond Baby into two puppies after the pet went missing. The biotech company has exclusive licensing and access to the breakthrough technologies that were developed by the Roslin Institute of Edinburgh, which is widely known for cloning Dolly the sheep. In the late 90s, Biogen said in a press release, okay, so this is like a celebrity thing. I wonder how much it costs. Brady's late pet Lua was cloned using blood collected prior to her death. Okay. Aw. I love my animals. They mean the world to me and my family. A few years ago, I worked with Colossal and leveraged their non-invasive cloning technology through a simple blood draw of our family's elderly dog before she passed. The company gave my family a second chance with a clone of our beloved dog. Excited how Colossal and Biogen's tech together can help both families losing their beloved pets while helping to save endangered species. Well, the dog does look like the dog that passed. I'm looking at a photo. That's weird. I don't know if I would want that. There's so many dogs that need homes, like all the rescue dogs that need homes. I feel like that's a waste of money and, just let it be and rescue another beautiful soul. But this is definitely a celebrity thing cuz that's what they do. Um I went down this other rabbit hole on TikTok. Maddie Graham. Everybody knows Ashley Graham, the plus model. She just walked in Victoria's Secret show. Apparently, she has a sister, and that sister's name is Maddie Graham. And she's on TikTok spilling the tea, spilling it all. She is saying she doesn't talk to her mother and her sister. She had a baby with this guy, and I don't know exactly, you'd have to go look at it. But long story short, her mom, she lived with her mom, and then her mom kind of kicked her out. And I don't know if it was because of a fight or what, but then the baby daddy stayed living with her mom and her son. So she kind of lost custody of her son. The son, she gave custody over to her mother so the kid can be on her mom's health insurance. And the mom refused to give the custody back to the mom or something like that. And then the baby daddy lived with the mom, and they all turned against her, and she's basically saying that her sister Ashley and their mom are mean, horrible people, and they don't get along whatsoever. You could tell it's her sister because they look alike, they sound alike. And I don't know the whole story. I didn't really go down that deep, but I just keep the clips keep coming up, and she's spilling it all. And apparently she's under the impression that her mom was in love with her baby daddy, and maybe they had some sort of affair, which is crazy. They even toilet papered her house. They've been bullying the one sister. So that's crazy. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Ashley's a mean girl." Like she's always known to be a mean girl. That's crazy. I never want to be famous, and it's because I have some crazy family members, and I do feel they would come out and say some stupid shit, and they would probably lie because, toxic people lie. So I would never want to be famous because I feel like I would get Meghan Markle. Like the sister and the brother will come out talking some mad shit. So no, thank you. You can keep it. Um, Vile Files. If you guys listen to Vile Files, he has this segment on Mondays. It's called Ask Nick. So people call in needing advice, and Nick is pretty good most of the time. Some of the time I'm like, but what I like about his Ask Nicks is that he spends a very long time. It's not like if you talk to Dr. Phil or you talk to other therapists, they kind of push you along quick, and they don't want to hear all the details. And Nick Vial really does want to hear the details, and he really goes into really big time depth, and they really get into it, and they really talk about every aspect, and he really walks them through and off the ledge. And I that's what I really like about that segment. I'm a faithful listener to Monday's episodes of Ask Biofiles because it's really interesting. Even if the person is going in circles, like he kind of keeps talking to them, and he doesn't rush them, which I like. So there was this couple. I've never heard a couple on there before. It's always just one person, but he had a couple on there, and the lady was saying that her and her husband kind of have a somewhat of an open relationship and an agreement, and they have a kid, and but the guy's kind of he's screwing up because he's not giving her the attention she needs, and he's had held things from her and kind of lied. And typical guy, when Nick is telling him about his shortcomings, the guy gets really defensive, and it got awkward. It got real awkward, and it was really funny to listen to because guys are like that. That's why they suck in therapy, because they think it's not going to go against them. I mean, so funny. um I remember the one time I went to therapy with an ex. He really thought he wanted to pick the guy because the lady we went to didn't agree with everything he said, so he wanted to pick another one. And when he did, he thought the guy was just going to back him up completely. But then when the guy hears the whole story, it's not, obviously it's not supposed to be that way. And he didn't enjoy that. So guys are like that. They need the acceptance, and you have to agree with them. And when you don't, they don't like it. So I thought that was so funny. And then he's had all these Love Is Nick Vial has had all these Love Is Blind people on his. He interviews all of them. He's like the new reality TV interviewer. Joe was on there, Madison, and Sparkle, Megan, and Jordan went on there together. They sat on the couch together. They're like super nice to each other and very friendly. And I really like that because it's refreshing to see people act normal and not be stupid just because it didn't work out. And he's super supportive of her, and she's super supportive of him. And it was really nice to hear. So I enjoyed that. And then Joe was on, and he was so funny. Everybody loved him. He won the room over. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's so funny. He's so charming." Um, but yeah, so good. I really enjoyed all the Love Is Blind interviews as well. I saw the new. Let's get into reality recap. I saw the new trailer for Vanderpump Rules, their new cast, and I'm not excited. I don't know if I'll be watching. Maybe I'll watch one episode, but after that, I'll probably not get into it. It does seem to be very, I don't know. It's like kind of all over the place and just drama from the start. And are they really friends? If they don't know each other and they just grouped a bunch of people together that party, I'm not interested. It kind of reminds me of like Southern Charm. They tried to do the reality show for the bar. I think it was called Southern Hospitality. Never got into it. I tried. I'm not interested. I don't know. There's just something that draws you in, and it's not drawing me in. So I probably won't watch, but we'll see. It's too much drama, even in the trailer. I don't know. It's like, I don't know you, so why am I looking at all this drama? It's so weird. I don't know. Bose was on Watch What Happens Live a few weeks ago with Jimmy Fallon, because I think they worked together, and it was so funny because she's like, "Why are you asking me questions?" Because Jimmy was trying to take over. It's really interesting when people that interview for a living, they go on other talk shows and they can't help but try to take over and ask the questions. And everyone's like, "Why are you asking the questions? It's not your show." So she's like, "Stop asking me questions." And then she also clocks Sutton's wardrobe. They asked something about Sutton's wardrobe, and Bozo was like, "Yeah, I don't think she has great style." That was funny. So Garcelle was also on, and she said that her and Sutton are completely done. Like, they're not going to ever be friends. And it all boils down to her not sticking up for Garcelle at the reunion. So Garcelle is done with Sutton. That's that. I'm sure Sutton is like, what's happening? Garcelle wasn't made for reality TV. She's too normal. She doesn't want to deal with that bullshit. MJ from Shaws of Sunset. She's divorcing her husband, Tommy, of 7 years. I can't even believe they lasted 7 years. I don't know what she ever saw in him. His voice is so irritating. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I did see a clip that she was on Jeff Lewis live. I can't stand Jeff Lewis, but I saw it on a clip. And Jeff Lewis was kind of egging her on, "I'm so proud of you," and kind of as if he never liked him to begin with. And he couldn't wait for MJ to get away from him because I think MJ and Jeff are close. So good for you, MJ. I think some sort of version of Shaws of Sunset is coming back. I don't know if it started yet. I did see the Real Housewives swap, wife swap. It's on Peacock, I think. I don't know if I want to watch it. It looks kind of boring, but I don't know how much is on my plate if I want to dive into that. It looks stupid. All right, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Let's get into it. It's kind of freaking nuts. I'm really over these women just fighting 24/7. I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued and I'm bored. They're on this beautiful yacht. They sit down to have dinner. Can we have some real conversation? I noticed the other day, I haven't heard them have any I want to hear about their lives. They don't have any real conversations about, "Oh my god, my kid drove me crazy this morning, and my husband did this." And does your husband ever like not put the toothpaste back wherever, or anything? Or we got into this little fight and we don't like the same TV. Or I want to hear more gossip about their personal lives, like women talk, like girl talk. Girls talk like that, and we don't get that because all they do is fight. They can't even get through their meal. There's never a good meal. That's not it's not real. It's baloney. So when they sit down in the yacht, and Heather, right off the bat, tells Lisa, "You're the one behind it," or "That's my opinion," and blah, blah, blah. What did you think was going to happen, Heather? Did you think it was going to go on to be a nice lunch, breakfast? What did you think was going to happen? You thought Lisa was going to say, "Oh, thank you for your feedback, Heather. I really appreciate it. You're calling me a diabolical liar that's spreading rumors, but thank you for your feedback." I mean, I'm so over this. I'm just over it. And I watch just to keep up because I'm kind of grandfathered in, but I'm over it. There's no real conversation and no real friendships. Um I think they talked about Soup Man, and I think they came to the conclusion that Lisa said suit, Suit, suit man, not soup. And they never elaborated. It's probably just some guy that she thought was hot or something at the store. And then, oh, Brittany was on Vile Files, and it's interesting. She said how she met Jared. They asked her, "How'd you meet Jared?" So Jared was engaged, and Brittany was on her way to divorce, kind of separated from her husband. And Jared called up Brittany back in the day and said, "Hey, my fiance is screwing your soon to be ex husband." And that's how they met. I mean, are we shocked? Brittany met her toxic AF guy because he called her to tell her that his fiance was screwing her husband. I mean, makes so much sense, right? I mean, the toxicity was from the get go. Why are you dating a guy that, yeah, you know? So that's how they met. They never talked about it on the show. And also, Brittany says that Bronwyn told her daughters that she says horrible things about them on the show, and her kids ghosted her because of it. So Brittany's kind of blaming Bronwyn for the disconnect that piled onto why her kids didn't talk to her for a while. Because Bronwyn told her kids that their mom was talking shit about them on TV. Interesting. I don't recall hearing about that, or maybe I did, but I don't think they elaborated too much on the show. Um, my favorite scene, or not favorite, I don't love Mary. I know everyone thinks she's hilarious and funny, and I think it's a trigger point for me because I have some family members that they're weird like that, and everyone else thinks it's so funny because when people don't make sense, people think it's funny. But when it's your family member that is always not making sense and it's not funny anymore and it's kind of toxic, you're just like, it's not funny. So that's how I feel about Mary because she takes things very literal that she shouldn't, and she's so rude to people. I feel like they give her a pass when she tells people, "You're boring, shut up, get out of my face, go do this," and she's just very harsh for no reason. And the punishment of her fits a crime. So I don't personally like Mary. I don't think she's funny. I would never want to be friends with her. But she had this really funny conversation with um Angie. She gets really mad at Angie because Angie wouldn't take her advice and kind of calm down at that tea party or whatever, that psychic party. And then when she goes to talk to her, she tells Angie, "You made fun of me because I was farting, and it wasn't me, and it was your dog." And it was like it was so bizarre, that conversation. And then it comes up again when Lisa tells no, when somebody else says that Lisa was spreading the rumor that Todd was kissing another girl while farting. Mary was like, "I'm more upset that he was farting than he was kissing another woman." It was just a farting topic around Mary. It was a lot. It was a lot. Also, Mary, apparently she didn't talk to her mother, and she hasn't talked to her mother and stepfather in many, many, many years. And her mother put out all these articles back in the day about the rift, and Mary doesn't talk to her. So the fact that she didn't talk to her mom also makes sense. She carries a lot. You could tell with her reactions, they don't make sense. Um, but I want to say I believe that Todd cheats on Bronwyn constantly. That's my feeling. That's my gut. I think on the other season when she mentioned that Todd had an affair and then she retracted it, he totally had an affair. There's no way he didn't have an affair. I believe he did, and I do believe he was caught kissing another woman. Notice how Bronwyn didn't even ask who was the woman. She didn't care. She didn't want details. She knows it's true. She knows it's true. She wasn't shocked. And so I do think he cheats on her, which is so sad because on top of the fact that they look miserable together, he's cheating on her. So Galtic or not, he's cheating on her. Galtic is a thing. It's an actual thing. It's very uncommon, but it's an actual thing. Your dick can have gout. So that's funny. Um, Before the yacht, though, Lisa and Bronwyn made up very quickly, which was really weird because it's just always looks weird when someone makes up so quickly when they've disrespected each other so much. But that didn't last long because now Bronwyn's like, "You're dead to me," because of the rumor that Lisa said. But you know what? The difference between what Lisa says to people about gossip, she says, "Yeah, I said it. This person told me this." And then even with the necklace, "I'm friends with that jeweler. She said you didn't buy anything." So I feel like they're trying to conflate the fact that Lisa brings real gossip that she actually heard from someone's mouth that knows parties involved, and you're trying to compare that to whoever's digging up legal information and rumors from fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh down the line parties that no one knows. There's a very big difference. Lisa repeats things people tell her, and these other people or whoever's involved in the other stuff, that's real rumors. No one knows where it came from. It's just out there floating online. And there's a difference. It's not the same. It's not the same spreading a rumor that you don't know where it started to someone telling you in your ears that they know this person. So I don't know. I mean, you can be mad at Lisa, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. She has hard people telling her things that she knows, and then she repeats it. Maybe she shouldn't repeat it, but it's not the same. I think that's more valid than what the other girls do. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. The whole legal thing with Braun, when she obviously did something wrong. Why is it sealed? you know, why is it scrubbed? Why is all that? She obviously did something wrong many years ago. Who cares? But she did it. And so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. And then, of course, when she was talking to her mom, everyone's like, your mom's terrible. No wonder you have all these acceptance issues. Bronwyn's mom is telling her she's a gold digger, basically. And she is. She was young with a kid and she saw an old man with a lot of money. It happens. But guess what? You pay for that for the rest of your life because they don't have a solid relationship. He's like the grumpy old dad. And that's gross, you know? That's why she probably dives into all these stupid costumes and all that other stuff. When she's eating ice cream and when Bronwyn's eating ice cream and she tells Todd that her favorite part is the cherry, don't touch the cherry, there's only one cherry. I think everyone's with me when we're looking at that, like, just get a little glass of cherries. I mean, you could pay for it. Just tell them to give you a little cup of cherries and problem solved. But then he takes the cherry, and I don't know if he did that on purpose for effect or if he just does that on to her and she makes a big stink about it. I want to know what she feels when she watches this back because my gosh, what a terrible relationship. It's painful. I'd rather be single. I'm sorry. I just rather be single. Yeah, Angie and Mary, Brittany, Whitney telling her to take a break from Jared for her daughter. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Whitney telling Brittany to take a break from men to get closer to her daughter. That made me uncomfortable. Brittany is obviously puts men above children, and I don't know. I would just stay out of it. It's a little icky. It's just too delicate of a situation. I don't think Whitney should have done that. And I'm surprised Brittany wasn't like upset with her. Brittany's weird. She's one of those girls that really annoys the shit out of you because you're listening to the same shit all the time, the same toxic loop circle, and they keep doing it and they don't mind and they're not going to change it. And then they act airheady and they act like they don't know what's happening. And those kind of girls, I just leave alone. I don't care what happens to you. You deserve it. Like, you're annoying. That's how I feel about Brittany. It's just like, stop. This is so stupid. You should stop seeing the guy. And if you don't, I don't want to hear about it. That's the kind of girl she is to me. What else happened? Oh my gosh. Speaking of Brittany, Brittany's interested in the captain on the boat. She has a hots for him. Heather obviously slept with the captain of the boat. She says they're really good friends. And then after a few drinks, Heather comes and says, oh, you know, whatever, like they slept together. She's like, but you go for it. You go for it. I'm like, ill. That is so wrong. If you slept with someone, don't egg your friend to go for him. That's so icky. Don't. And she's like, oh, I don't know why I said that. Oh my God, but there was no chemistry. We don't like each other. It's like, Heather, come on. That was crazy. That song that Whitney sang at the beginning of the episode of the psychic episode, that was weird. Why is she making up some weird riddle? It was so weird. Okay, Real Housewives of OC. It ended now, the last episode that was on, with this whole Tamara thing. Again, these people cannot have any fun. Why make up with what's her name? Gretchen. Why fake making up just to bring some crap bombshell about her liking some hateful messages online? Why even go? I just can't. I'm done with these type of episodes. It's so boring to me. It's dumb. I need more fun. I need more intellectual conversation about other stuff. I can't with all these fights anymore. So also they're dressed like streetwalkers. They go to Amsterdam and they're dressed like streetwalkers midday, 12 o'clock noon. They're sweating their ass off in these hooker outfits, walking around Amsterdam. They look so weird. I don't know why they did that. Jeff Lewis even told Shannon, what were you guys thinking? Why are you dressed like that in another country in the middle of the day? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Shannon's like, don't put me in that. I was just in leather pants. These girls were like half naked. I don't know. Gretchen and Tamara hate each other. Tamara, there's something wrong with Tamara. I don't know why they ever brought her back. She should not be there. Oh, just get away. I rather Katie. And I don't believe anything that comes out of Katie's mouth. I think Katie's the most calculated, pathological liar. And I rather have Katie on my screen than Tamara. I'm so over Tamara. She's so ridiculous. There's no point in watching these people speak. I did watch a first episode of the reunion, and Katie looks like she's begging, hanging for her life. She definitely wants to be on the show. She obviously has plans for other things. She wants to be on other shows. She wants to progress her career. I don't think the Housewives is the way to do it, but whatever. Um, I think it's funny too how Emily's always crying. Her son thing too. I don't know. It's like whatever. She has a lot of insecurities of her body. Most women do, but particularly has always made this big stink about how she looks. But I just think it's so interesting because when I feel a little bloated, or when I feel like I've gained a few pounds, I wear clothing. I upsize so things fit me baggier, so nothing's tight. I don't want to see a bulge. Emily wears clothes 3 sizes too small. And I don't know what that's about because I would feel more insecure having things tight on me, having your arms bulge out, instead of wearing clothes that are a little bigger on you. So it makes you look slimmer. So I thought it was funny because everybody, when they went in Amsterdam, when they went on that boat, everybody has a sarong and a cover up. She's the only one out here bearing her ass. And she's so insecure about her body. I don't understand. I don't understand. She likes to be naked, but she also likes to complain that everybody says she's fat. I don't know. Gretchen and her outfits. Uh, yeah, I can't stand Gretchen's outfits. It's like so distracting. What are we? It's a costume party. You look like a little kid. I don't know what's happening with that. And then her telling Jen that she wants Jen to be financially independent while she's with Slade, that like her sugar mama for Slade. And then they ask her, what exactly does Slade pay for? And she's like, well, when he goes grocery shopping, he picks it up. And when I go grocery shopping, it's like, we're not talking about groceries. We're talking about rent and cards and big payments. Who cares about who pays for groceries? It's not like a huge thing every month. Um, oh my God. At the reunion, the first episode of the reunion, Shannon to me had a lisp. Did she get dental work done? She's talking with a lisp. Let me know if I'm crazy. She has a lisp at the reunion. It's crazy. And Tamara keeps telling Shannon to shut up. Tamara is not. Tamara hates Shannon. Tamara hates a lot of people. And it's just like, I can't. We're Housewives of OC and we're Housewives of Salt Lake. Miami's over. Marisol's getting knee surgery because of what Adriana said. She posted a video of her and her plastic surgeon. So that was fun. Marisol and Alexia were here at the Miami Improv. They did a show with that guy that does imitations of them, of all the housewives. So that should have been fun. I wanted to go, but I didn't go. And Julia's out here telling everybody that her marriage is fine and all of that. And it's not what it looks like. Alexia's back with Todd. Oh my gosh. Alexia, I feel bad. I feel bad for her. That's definitely a toxic situation, and seeing when you've been in one and you remember and you have flashbacks, you never want to do that again, and seeing her go through this, it's sad because it's never going to be right. No matter how much they try, it's never going to be good. So you're just kind of, you know, you're just elongating the suffering. It's a really bad place to be. I don't envy her. I feel bad because she's gonna have to rip the band-aid off and she won't, and instead she's just gonna suffer until she does. But that's crazy. That's crazy. And if she does want to make it work with Todd and like really get into counseling and get it right, she's gonna have to get off reality TV. It's not gonna work. Get off reality TV. If that's your goal, then do it. Do it all the way. It's never gonna work probably anyways, but if you have a fighting chance, it's getting off reality TV for sure. All right, that's all I have for you. Have a great week. We're supposed to get a cold front, and I'll see you next time. Bye.